I've just bought a bucket list car. It's the most amount of money that I've ever spent on a car. It's been in a massive crash during a race. It's a race car. It's not road legal. It's got a bent chassis. It's got no headlights, no seats, no windscreen, and I've never been happier. Like, genuinely, I've wanted one of these cars for so long. A Caterham 7. I bought this one off my mate. We'll go into more about what's happened to the car in a minute. But it's a 2023 race car. It was in a massive crash about 2 months ago. I've bought it off him. We're going to hopefully get it all fixed up and get it back on the road. So before I show you some clips of the accident and tell you what happened, let's just assess a little bit of damage. Basically, it's had 3 massive impacts in the same crash on this corner. It was involved in like a 4 or 5 car pile-up. You can see here, all this corner's bent. The wheel's like tracking out a little bit. The chassis bent here, so this should be straight all the way down. And then the chassis goes over here. And then this side is also supposed to be straight. And that kind of banana's a bit over that way. But it does start. It's done a radiator, so there's no coolant in it, so I can't run it for very long. He's nicked the airbox. He's bought another race car, so he nicked the airbox because his new race car had a smashed airbox, so he's nicked the airbox off of that, but it still runs and drives. Exhaust has got a massive dent in it. Rear wheel arch has been ripped off. It also got rear-ended in the same crash, so that's all like smashed up as well. It hasn't got any seats. They're about 5 hours away at his house, but he's going to send them down. It obviously had no passenger seat because it's a race car, and the driver's seat was a moulded seat for him, so he's put that in his new race car. It's got a windscreen over there, but it's smashed a bit, so I'll show you that in a minute. They don't run a race car in the 270 Championship anyway. But actually this side looks really, really good. So this is my good buddy Scott Helm's race car. I met him on a Petrolhead Tours in 2021, which was also my first proper experience in a Caterham, because I went down my favourite road in the world, the Serra da Estrela in Portugal, with my other buddy Dave North in his 420R. So that was my first proper experience of a Caterham. He was on the same trip, but not in a Caterham. He started racing this car 3 years ago in the Caterham Academy. So those that don't know, the Caterham Academy is kind of your entry-level Caterham Championship. I think it's like 40 odd grand for the year, including the car. He did really well in the Caterham Academy Championship and really enjoyed it. So then for 2025, we upgraded it to the Road Sport Championship, the same car. It's a few £1,000s, you upgrade a few bits, make it Road Sport spec. Then did really well in that and wanted to continue again. So we upgraded it again for this year for the 2026 Championship to 270R spec, which is quite a few more mods. Lights come off, windscreen comes off. It's a wide track on the front. I think different suspension, I don't know all the bits about it, but this is the current spec it's in, the 270R Championship. Then you've got halfway through the season at a race in Spa on race 2, I believe, on the final lap, coming through the bus stop chicane. The guy in front of him has missed a gear. He's tried to avoid him, gone straight out the back of him, clipped the front right-hand wheel of this car on the back left-hand wheel of another competitor's car. He then got smashed in the back, which then fired him across the track into another car. And then now he's going kind of down the grass, and he ends up collected another car. So it's had 3 massive impacts on the front corner. So yeah, it's definitely seen some action. My dream is to have a Caterham. I've absolutely loved the Caterhams that I've borrowed from the Caterham press team. And since I had one, I've just looked at Caterhams. I've looked at lesser alternatives, but it just comes back to Caterhams. I ended up buying my MX-5, which is just sat outside, because I actually wanted a Caterham, but they were so far out of my budget, I kind of kept knocking the budget down till I ended up in my MX-5, which has actually been a better daily because it's got a stereo and a roof you can do in 2 seconds at 30 miles an hour, etc., etc. But when this car came up, I knew I had to have it. I've got a couple of people on board that are going to help me out, and then hopefully, maybe later in the year, definitely next year. It has to happen by next year. When the sun comes out next year, this has to be road legal. But there's a potential for October, November this year to drive it to Spa, where the incident happened, and go and do a lap of Spa, show Scott that you can drive around Spa without having a crash, and then we'll take it from there. So the plan is thus: everything from kind of here forward is going to get stripped out, taken off. Front nose cone is going to come off. It's half hanging off anyway. All the front suspension is going to come off. Engine's going to come out. All of this is going to come out. Probably end up using the potato forklift and a ratchet strap or a strop to get the engine out. Then we're going to assess the damage. Now, what I'm hoping for is what they call a long front. So I think from about here forwards, you can buy from Caterham and then cut, re-weld. I don't trust my welding. I'd get somebody else to do that. And then engine back in, geo it all up, new headlights, number plates on, and then we're good to go. My worry is that once we've got the engine out and we've assessed it and we've kind of string-lined it corner to corner and measured it all up, that the actual chassis is bent. If you look from here, if you stand here, this corner is sitting lower than the other side, but I think that's because that front right-hand wheel is sticking up. Also, if you stand here and get yourself square to the chassis, square to the roll cage, sorry, you can visibly see that the front nose is to the left and the front right-hand wheel's up in the air. So my worry is that the actual chassis is bent. The more people I speak to are saying it's more like a long front. A couple of people said re-chassis it anyway. I'm thinking for time and mainly funds that we actually just do a long front on it. What I don't want to do is do a long front, put it all back together and then it not be right. But once the front's out and we assess it, we'll be more on track for what we're going to do. Let's fire it up real quick. No key because she's full on race car. There you go. On the button. So it seems pretty happy. Obviously I don't want to run it for too long. It's got no coolant in it. It's also got like a full fire suppression system as well. So I'll just double check actually that the pin is in the fire extinguisher in the boot, which it is, because otherwise you could pull that handle or that handle and this whole thing would just turn into a big ball of foam. I picked this car up over the weekend with my good buddy Dan, who builds Caterhams for a living, and also Dom as well with his trailer expertise again. So big shout out to my buddy Dom and Dan as well. We've kind of had a look at it and we think actually it's pretty well salvageable. I know so many people with Caterhams. I've put a couple of messages out to a few people privately already and they've already said, oh, I've got spare part of this, spare part of this. So I've got spare parts coming in for it already, which is amazing. Caterham community is really cool and there's so many modifications to be done on these and they're like working on Lego or Meccano anyway. So there's so many things that are easy kind of nut and bolt upgrades, modifications that people have got spare parts, which is really cool. So again, if you're watching this and you think, oh, I've got something that will fit that you need, send it through. We picked it up from RS Motorsport, which is the company that runs Scott's car and is now running his new car. So shout out to Rob. We saw him over the weekend. He talked us around the car. He was very open and honest, which is really good. He said, oh yeah, it needs this, it won't need that, it probably will need this, etc., etc. And gave me loads of spare parts, a lot of the parts that came off the car at the beginning of the year, including the headlights, like a couple of maracas, so we probably need some new headlights. Basically, they get absolutely peppered. I don't know if you can see, they're like smashed up. They get all taped up, and then, which is why they end up taking these off. Got windscreen as well. The other reason why they get taken off. So I think Academy and Road Sport, you have to run a windscreen. And then 270, I think you have to run a little aero kicker, so no windscreen, but they just get absolutely smashed anyway. I've seen people that run their Caterhams on the road, their windscreens look like this. But yeah, we can get a new one of those. I'm definitely gonna run a windscreen. Try and get a heated one if I can, because that makes a big difference. And then I've got another bucket of bits as well. Washer bottle, obviously you don't need a washer bottle if you haven't got a windscreen. Mirrors, like I think these are to hold the windscreen on. Horn. So yeah, that's the plan. Comment below with any other tips, contacts that I should be making with people that are going to help me maybe get some spare parts, help me repair it. If we're going to do a complete chassis, me and Dan are probably going to do that ourselves. I'm hoping to just do a long front on it which I don't trust my world in. So if any recommendations of people that you would send to do a long front, bottom line, I've now got my own Caterham. It's not very straight, but I'm so chuffed. They're just, I don't know what it is with Caterhams. I put a comment in as well. If you've got a Caterham, what is it you love about it so much? It just appeals to my inner 12-year-old. I don't know why I like them so much. You sit so low down. It is, and I've said this in other Caterham videos, it's like a two-seater go-kart with number plates. Everyone goes, oh, it handles like a go-kart. A Caterham actually handles like a go-kart. They're so much fun. I don't know if like the roll cage reminds me of a climbing frame. Every time I see it, every time I pull the barn door back and see it even broken, I just smile and I can't believe this thing's sitting here. So I'm super chuffed. I'm going to start messaging around, making some calls. Guys, if you like that, like, subscribe, share, etc., check out my other Caterham videos as well, because about 4 or 5 years ago and about 2 stone lighter ago, I did some other Caterham videos which I thought were really good. Some of them have done really, really good views. So go and check out those videos, and I'll see you on the next one. What are you doing? It's actually painful. It's the most amount of space over there to park, and you've sandwiched yourself between 2 other cars.